Hello, welcome. It's November the 29th. Can't believe it. It's almost December the 1st. Time flies. I can't even acknowledge that it's going to be 2024 soon. I remember the New Year's Eve for the year 2000, and that seems like it was just yesterday, so time flies. So I'm just going to hold on for some people to log in. I can continue to talk a bit. It's definitely cold here, that's for sure. It was something like minus 11 this morning. It was just so cold. Hi, how are you? Cheyenne, hi, how are you? I'm just chatting with myself here. I'm talking about how cold it is here. Minus 11 this morning. And the temperature's starting to go down again. Very, very cold to walk your dog for sure. So I'm going to keep the floor open. Oh, hi, how are you? Do you have any questions? Any questions about mediumship? Any kind of metaphysical question? I can do my best to kind of help to answer that question. And as I always mention, I use my own personal experience, what spirits told me, what I've learned from mentors in my reading. Hi there, Ashley, how are you? Hi, Shannon. So I'm gonna just open the floor to any questions. I can tell you what I'm like, oh, what am I gonna talk about today? So I was just thinking again about last week, because it was such an important topic about how each participant, the medium, the sitter, and the spirit communicator work together. It's a three-way communication. So I just can't get over how important that is for everyone. So the medium can give a really good reading, the spirit communicator can get their message through clearly, and the sitter can receive the healing and the hope and the knowledge to help them to move forward in their grieving and their life. So it's just so important. So if you remember last week, I just talked about, for example, for the recipient, hi Susan, hi Tina, Mary Ellen. So in terms of the recipient, it's really important if you're going to book a reading, first of all, think about, is it the right time for me? Is it too soon? Do I need a mediumship reading, or maybe do I need to chat with a friend, or maybe do I need therapy? So all those things are really important to think about before you book a mediumship reading. The other thing to remember too, don't get a mediumship reading too often, because there should be a gap. I want to say at least 4 months, maybe even 6 months between your readings, because you and the spirit communicator have to continue your healing journey as well as your learning. So if you're going for a reading to get maybe advice or support or inspiration, if you're going so regularly, there's not going to be a lot for them to say, because they're waiting for you to move forward on your journey in order for them to assist you. And maybe the last reading, things they've suggested, how they're working in the background, maybe that hasn't happened yet. So it's good not to get readings too close together. Also, when you're getting a reading, it's really important to have an open mind, an open heart, no expectations. It's like, this is like an experiment. We're going to learn together. Let's see what happens. And usually those are the very best readings when you come with that kind of frame of mind, just letting that reading kind of unfold. And don't be critical, because as you know, we're just human, right? So mediums make errors, or they grab information wrong. Sometimes you forget, or you didn't hear that right. So just be open to a reading. Also, I also think it's really important, if you've had a reading with me, I send out a letter how to prepare. So it's really important to prepare for the reading. Think about your loved one in advance. Have a relaxing, quiet day if you can. Listen to uplifting music. Go for a walk in nature. All those things will kind of put you into a receptive state of hearing and receiving messages. And also I ask my clients too to maybe think about a question or two they might have that they'd like me to ask the spirit communicator. So all those things are really important. even looking at photos of your loved one or an object of your loved one, all those things. And you can even say, you know, oh, don't forget, we have that reading tomorrow with so-and-so. But I can guarantee your loved one in spirit actually knows where you're going, probably before you even know. I find a lot of times that the spirit world kind of organizes things in the background. So maybe you're coming across this video for the very first time. Maybe all of a sudden medium's name pops up on a website and you're like, oh, that's a perfect medium for me. So things will happen. So if you need to get a reading, I find it will just flow for you. The other thing in terms of the medium, you know, the medium should, you know what? You're welcome to go to any medium, go to a medium, see how it works for you. If you really like them, if they resonate with you, you can continue to go. If they don't resonate with you, that's okay too, because not everybody resonates with everyone. So then try another medium. I often, when I was looking for a medium, I would go to a lot of websites, and then there was something about the picture of their words and their image was really important to me. And then I would just feel like into my gut, like, is this the person for me? And then maybe I would make a decision, and the next day I would be drawn, and maybe all of a sudden that website popped up first or something. I go, that's a sign. That's the medium for me. So mediums should be warm and open. They should never be critical. They should be compassionate. They should be supportive. They should have done a lot of their inner work already, because mediums have to make sure that they're a clear instrument. So I don't want any evidence coming through that's going to kind of be clouded by my ego or some of past events that happened to me. That should be all cleared up. None of that should come into a reading for somebody. Also, mediums should be sitting in the power regularly. They should be working with their guide, building the relationship, and they should be learning ongoing. It's ongoing learning. And also, you know, they should have their clairs developed, and they should get messages through in a lot of different ways. So just like the sitter, the recipient has to do work, so does the medium. It's all about integrity. I take it very seriously. It's like being of service for the spirit world. It's like one of the most important jobs you could have, really. So I don't take it lightheartedly at all. And then in terms, I'm thinking, okay, so the spirit communicator, what's their job? So as you know, every loved one in spirit has their own unique personality. So they're going to come through, right? They're going to come through with their energy and present themselves in a way that the medium can receive it. So the spirit communicator will be aware of the clairs that the medium uses. So they're like, oh, look at Wendy. She's really clairvoyant. Awesome. So was I. So they're going to give me images of things, right? Like, I don't know, maybe golfing or barbecuing or whatever for me to receive that information. Sometimes for a spirit communicator, it may be their first time coming through, so it can be a little challenging, but they've definitely planned it and they're giving it a try. They want to do this. Like I said, they're always aware of an opportunity to communicate through a medium in advance for their loved ones. So they show up. It's like they know. They must have some kind of, like, it's time. They don't need a Google Calendar like I do, definitely. And takes energy for the spirit communicator to come through. And they actually have to like lower their vibration a little bit as the medium raises it. So you get that blend, that really important blend to get the information through. And then it's really, the spirit communicator does all the hard work, all the hard lifting, I have to say, because now they're going to be communicating the evidence to me, messages, etc., in order to bring healing and to prove they are around their loved one, right? All the time, that they haven't, you know, they're here, they survive consciousness, they're happy and healthy. So they're bringing that through to me. So I'm just being that open vessel to receive that information as cleanly and clearly as I can. So it's really all about, you know, it's the three, right? The three working together, but really I give most of the credit to the spirit communicator. It's just awesome what they do. It's just awesome. And the intelligence that they bring through. Every day when I do this work, I'm just like blown away by the intelligence of the spirit world. The other thing I just want to mention is just some of the benefits of getting a mediumship reading. This was a biggie for me. It changed my life. Just the awareness of the survival of consciousness, right, after death. So it's like, why did I spend so much time worrying about the death and this and that and this and that? So it kind of releases you from the kind of that trap of being pulled into that. So it released my fear of death. It helped with healing. It helped me to have feel that connection with my parents, with my grandma, with my pet, who I dearly still miss and I love, but just getting feeling the essence of them coming through when the medium describes them or gives me evidence or the message. Like, it's worth $1 trillion as far as I'm concerned, because I've been on both sides, being the recipient as well as the medium. And it gives you that sense of mental clarity. It's like, oh, thank you, Dad, for saying that, because it just meant so much, because it was so challenging with my dad's terminal cancer and how things went down in the family. And just my dad in the message, you know, just verifying he knew what I went through and that he's proud of me. And just those little messages that I didn't even know I needed until I received it. It was almost like a closure I needed that I didn't know. So it was like a healing of my heart, more of kind of like a forgiveness of the experience of losing both my parents, forgiveness of being in the moment, forgiveness for myself, doing the best that I could, and that kind of inspiration and bringing that hope in. So I could move, and I am moving forward in my life with the lessons that I've learned from that experience and the knowledge. So for me, there's just so many benefits. It just changed my life. I just got a message the other day from somebody. It was a practice thing I was doing in this workshop. And it was interesting because I think I've mentioned my mom doesn't come through a lot. I think about my mom a lot. I'm still trying to heal that. Never quite understood my mom and the decisions she made. And I really felt even at her funeral, oh, I'm not going to cry. I feel in some sense, I failed her, but I didn't fail her. It was her decisions and what she wanted. So in the message I got, it was about that. And my mom just said, you know, that I moved forward in the things that she loved, I loved too, and I made a career out of it. And the message that really got to me was that my mom didn't know that you could use your own personal gifts to help others heal. And that sounds so simple. But for a medium to tell me that that came from my mom, it made a world of difference, because in that message, she was just acknowledging, yes, I'm a medium. She knows what I'm doing. I'm using it in a way to help others heal. And it was something that she would have loved to have done. And that I'm kind of like, let's just say, kind of continuing her legacy for her. So that would, and I just got, I think that was last week I got, and it was just like, my brain just exploded, because I get very few messages from my mom. And that was directly from my mom to me. So it just meant so much to me. So I'm sorry, I'm gabbing a lot. But I just wanted to share that, because I've been thinking about that a lot, the important role that everybody plays in a mediumship reading and the benefits that are there for people. And I tell you, I think that reading is going to stay with me a long time. As my daughter's coming on the weekend, I'm just going to have to tell her that, because she's going to understand how much that meant to me and the relationship with my mom and trying to save her and all those things. But anyways, enough about that. Does anybody have any questions about anything I talked about, or mediumship, or maybe experience you've had in a reading? Kelly says, I'm trying really hard to learn more and to get out of my own way. Absolutely. And you know what, Kelly? That's very normal. So do not worry about that. It takes time. It's almost like your defense mechanism. You know what I mean? Like your ego gets in the way because you're really nervous. And I think I mentioned when I finally found a medium after years of looking, because there weren't any mediums at that time. And it was in person, the circles. And I started with psychic development. We had to start with psychic development first. I think the first 2 or 3 sessions, all I did was laugh. I couldn't control myself. I was like giggling all the time. I'm like, I'm so embarrassed. Why am I giggling? And that was just my nerves. I felt like, am I crazy? Is this real? What's going on? And I just laughed all the time. And it took me, I think it took me a good, oh boy, maybe about, it took me a few months to get over that, to get to the next stage. So there's always another step, another stage as your confidence begins to grow. So I say, just if you think it's your imagination, what the heck, just go for it. Just go for it, right? It's like when you go to a play, right? Suspension of disbelief. So you're not like, I'm in a play, this doesn't make sense. These people are walking around the stage, the audience is here. You just let that go, get involved in the story. So it's the same thing with mediumship. Let all those thoughts go and just get involved in it. Yeah, and it takes time, so please remember that. Oh boy, I don't want to scare you, but and then it's then I get more confidence, and I'm starting to do like demos online, and then you get like a whole other thing that you got to deal with stuff, like you get nervous. I get nervous about speaking, don't know if I should say this. I'm always questioning myself, and then you kind of go to the next step. So it's step by step by step. So don't rush it. If you rush things, it's almost like you'll shut yourself down. And, you may not have like the best experience. You'll go, there you go. I knew I couldn't do that. Look at that. Look at that. So always go with your gut and just feel into it when it feels right. And of course, get a mentor that you feel is very supportive and is going to be there for you and support you all the way. And find your tribe to talk with. So, because you really need people to talk to. So good luck to you, Kelly. Marty, how beautiful. You deserve that beautiful healing. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Marty. Yeah, that was just beautiful reading. I wish I could have, can't remember her name, but it was awesome. Kelly, deep down, we're always knowing it takes patience. Yes, patience. It's like that intricate balance between like patience, surrender, faith, and I don't know, I think I've said this before, like as like a young, like 12, 11, 10, I just felt this draw that I needed to do something. All I knew was something about the universe. That's how big it was. I knew it was something about the universe. I knew it was something related about death, because I was like obsessed about what happens when you pass away from like about the age of 10. So I knew that it was just something that I needed to do. And I was open, I was observant of my environment. And then I saw like John Edwards on TV. I started watching that. Then I found a book. And it's like the universe, the spirit world wants mediums. If you want to do mediumship, we need mediums. Think of how many people are on the other side that need to communicate with their loved ones. So it's just kind of being observant and knowing yourself. And like, that's really weird. Like, look at that. There's something about that book. I'm taking it home. I'm going to read it. And I'm just going to see. So it's just being kind of observant. Yeah, Sarah's just saying, oh, Kelly, yes, but every day is like a try. Absolutely. Oh, and it was so funny I teach, I don't know if it's Sammy's here, but I was teaching my advanced mediumship class last night, and I had them looking at some mediums doing readings, and it was so funny because John Edwards said he was giving a reading, he's trying to figure something out, and the audience members trying to figure it out. He goes, it's like psychic charades. And I thought, that's what it is. It's like psychic charades sometimes. But if you go with your gut, it can. Oh, there's Sammy. Yeah, I am. Yeah. I kept talking. I thought that was so funny. I haven't written it on my wall. I said, I'm going to write that word on my wall, psychic charades. I thought it was just so funny because that's what it's like sometimes for mediums. And it's like that too on your life journey. Like you're just trying to figure out, what is it? You know, what am I supposed to do? And again, right, I tune into my dreams. I might just go to like a bookstore and I'll say, okay, take me to a book I need to read. And I'll just wander around and then I'll find something and I'll take it. Faith and trust. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Siobhan. Yes, Sammy, I need a sticky note. I know, that's a funny one. I love that. You know, I'm just going to be waiting to be able to say that. So there you go. I just said it now. You just watch. I'm like, I got to say this to somebody. It's just so funny. Any other question? So please be easy on yourself. What I've heard my mentor said for myself, it doesn't work for me, but my mentor has often said when you begin mediumship, it takes at least two to 3 years to be ready to actually give readings to somebody. So even if you have experience, you're doing it with friends, whatever, at home, it takes a good 3 years. Me, like I said, I started slow, right? I did psychic development. That's all I did for 1 year. Psychic development, no spirit. Because how does spirit communicate? Through your psychic abilities, right? Clairvoyance, clairaudience. So my mentor wanted to make sure that I really understood what my clairs were, what my strengths were, how they worked, before we even get any spirits coming in. Because if you don't understand your own instrument, how are you going to bring through those messages from the spirit world with integrity and clarity? So, and then that's why I'm a real believer too in doing your inner work, doing your childhood trauma and all those things, because I want to be a clean instrument. So I know I'm receiving this from the spirit world. This isn't my subconscious coming forward, remembering something when I was little or whatever. So it's I took it nice and slow. I had 3 children. I went back to university to get my teaching degree. I was a teacher, so I just took it nice and slow. So mine evolved slowly. And I always say that was the right way for me. That was the right way for me. So it might have even been over, might have even been over 10 years. So it just slowly evolved, right? It was integrated into my life. And then I was like, I kept saying to my mentor, I got to do this full time. I got to do this full time. I was like obsessed for like the last 4 years. And then COVID came and I was like, I can't handle COVID anymore. I really want to do mediumship professionally. And then that's when I knew that was the time and it was the right time for me. So there's no real timeline for, you know, anyone. I would say at least 2 to 3 years. It just depends what works for you. And like I said, even though as a teacher, I do have social anxiety that pops out once in a while. I work on it a lot. My guide helps me with that. My meditations help me with that. But, you know, I would be the last person in the world that would want to stand up and talk in front of people. So it was just so fun. I actually became a teacher. So as a child, I would have said never. I was a child. I would run in my room and slam the door when people came over to visit adults. So just take your time, right? Have faith. Take your time. There's no rush. Don't compare yourself to others. Hi, Susan. Sarah, how do you deal with a childhood trauma first? Yeah, Sarah says therapy. You can do yes, therapy's good. I've done some training on this. So what it is, it's there's another way of doing it, like in spiritual kind of context where you reprogram your subconscious. So what happens when you have childhood trauma or a certain situation, and everyone has something, right? You, as a child, you deal with it in the best way you can. And so you create tools or bad habits to deal with certain kind of relationships. Then as an adult, instead of adapting and changing these tools, you keep them with you and they just aren't working. That's why these things kind of seem to repeat again and again, but with different individuals. And it's almost like reprogramming your subconscious. Yeah. And it's awesome. And you think, oh, such a simple thing. But it really does work. It really does work. So that's one way that you can do it. And then there's official therapy Then there's like kind of like life coaching, that kind of thing. Yeah. Don't you love when they give you pep talks? I love pep talks, yeah. Absolutely. And your guide will give you pep talks, right? My spirit guide will give me pep talks. He'll also, you know, when he's upset, he's like, what the heck? I'm like, sorry. Yeah. Pep talks are awesome. Like having having a mentor saying, what are you doing? Like, they'll say, what are you doing? Or you're not sitting in the power, are you? Because they know right away, right? Because they have, like when I teach, my guide connects with my students' guides, right? So I know things my students don't even know I know about them. And I usually tune in before I even meet them. And then I'm always asking for advice from my guide through their guide for what do they need? Am I giving them what they need? Is there something that I'm not getting that they do need? So I'm always tuning kind of into that. So it's really important to just, it's like someone's got your back, you know? And it's funny because my mentor said to me, oh, I don't even want to say this because it's going to sound like it's ego. But anyways, my mentor said to me, you know, Wendy, you know, you do a fabulous job. You don't really know how well you do. And you know what? And that's okay to me. And you know what? I don't think I really want to know that because I'd rather be humble because that's the kind of person I am. I do it of service. So it was nice she said that. It was like, thanks. And then I just let it go. I don't need to know. I'm just humble. My joy just comes from my sitter being happy and saying, wow, that meant a lot to me. That sounded exactly like my dad. Thank you. I got the clarity I needed. I got the healing. To me, that's like awesome. So, yeah. Sarah causes a lot of anxiety. Oh, Dawn, my dad is, you know what? Because they're always, Dawn just said, my dad is turned into a therapist on the other side. Laugh out. It's so funny, right? My dad came through too, and he's like, I got your back, but I'm not going to get involved in what you're doing because you're in the flow. I'm like, thanks, Dad. So he's just kind of like protecting me, right? My dad was a retired police officer. So that's my dad exactly, like in the background, making sure everything's okay. But he's like, you're in the flow. I'm not going to get involved. You know what you're doing. I'm like, thanks. Sarah, how would I find a mentor? So you can, like I said, you can go to my website if you want to look at what I offer. I'm going to be offering beginner mediumship classes again in January. I also offer mentoring one-on-one, which, I mean, you could even come for just one session, see how that works for you. Another thing, you can go online and look up mediums and find one that resonates with you. But Sarah, if you do resonate with me, I would love to, you know, we could even have like a 15-20 minute chat. You can just email me. I'm happy to do that. See what your needs are, to see if I'm the right person for you. If I do know someone, because I do have some friends that are mediums and I feel you might be a better fit with them, I would be happy to give you their information too. So my email is just wendy.d'angelo, all lowercase, no apostrophe, @gmail.com. So Sarah, feel free to do that if you'd like, because I know how hard it is to find someone that you connect with and somebody you trust. I'm a very easygoing person. I like to think I have a good sense of humor. I'm a hard worker. I do what I say and I say what I do. I'm like Horton, right? Horton the elephant, right? I say what I mean what I say. Elephants are faithful. You know that thing about 100%? I'm like that too. That's my personality. Let's see. And he wasn't that on this side. Isn't that it? Yes, sorry, Dawn. She was saying that her dad's like a therapist on the other side. Because learning continues on the other side. So there's like, when you go to the other side, there's like a life review. So you get to see all the choices you made, decisions, how you influenced others. And then it's like your learning and your healing takes place. So I don't know if you notice this. I find this when I'm getting messages from Spirit. A lot of times they'll come through and say, I now know that I'm acknowledging I didn't spend enough time with you, or I worked too hard. And I want you to know that I've always, loved you, cared about you, etc. So they always come through with acknowledgement that they're learning, and they kind of see their life journey in a bigger perspective. So that's pretty cool. And, you know, and I find too that spirit communicates. They also, a lot of them have jobs or interests on the other side. I remember one that came through and, oh, this was a long time ago. And I said to the lady, I said, you know, I believe it was her father. I said, your father keeps talking about nature and ecology and that on the other side, he's working with all these things and he's helping them to get like inspiration for like scientists here, for people to help the earth. And she goes, no, never liked science, nothing about that. And it was like, he just kept saying that. So I know he was connected to learning about the environment on the other side. So I know choices are made, what you're going to learn on the other side. And I've had people that work with animals. I had one beautiful mother, and she said she was part of like the welcome committee. When young children would come to the other side, she would help them to kind of like adapt and greet them. I thought that was just beautiful. And I think I might have told you about this dream I had where I was on the other side in the spirit world, and I was actually like it's because it's therapy, you were saying. It was a therapist's office, and my grandma was sitting there, and these two young boys, I don't know, maybe around 18-ish, 16-ish, and they're sitting in the office, and I'm like I'm talking about like telepathy. I'm saying, okay, why are we here? And my grandma said to me, we're just waiting for our turn to see the therapist because we're learning how to communicate with those on the earth plane. I was like, woo! And that was like, talk about a lucid dream. So maybe Dawn, your dad was the therapist in that office my grandma and these two young boys were waiting to work with. So there you go. Yeah, it's just awesome. Kelly, I treasure this kind of time. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. Hi, Nikki. Awesome. Any other questions about, and I find it amazing, like the more experience you have and you're learning, etc. For me, it's almost like a puzzle piece and things just start lining up. I also feel I'm getting a lot of downloads right here. I'm a Gemini, and it was just the Gemini full moon. I just feel like I'm getting a lot of downloads. And I think I mentioned I have a new guide coming in. She's not going to come into the new year, but I can just feel a change coming, a change. So what does that mean for me? I'm just open. I'm observant. So when something changes or is different, I'm like, I just take a moment. I acknowledge that, maybe talk to my guide, maybe journal that down. Just to work on. Sarah Barr, me too. Yeah, something, I don't know, maybe it's just the new year. Is that why? It might be, Sarah. And also Sarah too, I don't know if you know much about like doing energy work and psychic hygiene and just clearing your aura, because you could be picking up anxiety from other people too, right? So especially if you're out and about in the city or the malls with the holiday, there's Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming up, you could be picking up on people's like anxiety. Especially if you're, you know, you have a lot of empathy there, you pick up on that. So I try and clear and cleanse my aura every day. And again, Sarah, I don't know, but if we ever, you know, if you reach out to me, we would have a conversation. Are you aware of your spirit guide? Because you could check in with them too. And so my students, I think a couple are here, know, right? There's certain things we do, certain protocol we do as mediums, right? Clearing our aura, clearing our spirit world, shutting down our chakra. All those things are really important. Yeah. So there's lots of strategies that I can give you to do that. And everyone needs to know how to do that. Even if you're not a medium, even if you're not, don't decide not to be a professional medium, even if you just do mediumship for yourself or you do oracle cards, all those things, it's really important to clear your aura because it's all about energy, right? We're always picking it up. So with me, I won't go into a lot of details. So clearing could be just envisioning white light, universal white light coming down. And it's just like almost like a rain bath. The white light just going all over your body, releasing, right? Anything that's been picked up, going down into the earth to be recycled, that kind of thing. Yeah, empathetic. Yeah, I pick up a lot of things. Yeah, absolutely. And I really think the way, the world's evolving, like humanity in general, I think more and more people are starting to realize they're empathetic. And that you just didn't know what it was. Like, what did I say earlier? I said, I was a shy kid. I was afraid of people. I locked myself in the room. Well, I wonder why. Because I was empathetic and I was picking up on other people's emotions, and I didn't know what it was. So I just felt fear. So I would run and hide, and then I'm in my own room, in my own space. I felt like a sense of relief because I didn't feel all that energy. So really important. I think it's even more important too to communicate things like this with like younger children, teenagers, etc. For sure. And I mean, even as an elementary school teacher, I would do little meditations, like general ones, of course, meditations and mindful thinking and all those things. And that's very helpful for kids too. Just think of, the video games and the things on TV and the things they're watching and yeah. It just scares me a little bit for the next generation. So I just send them lots of love and lots of light, and I hope they find, a mentor or someone to help them along their journey. Yeah. Okay. If there's no other questions, all right. We're doing better. I'm not freezing today. That's good. My phone. Okay. So just a reminder, tonight I'm going to be this will be recorded, then I'll post it on my YouTube channel. Be your own medium if you want to look at it later or just to review something. So just being here, you're kind of just agreeing to that. I mean, it would just be your name or whatever would pop up. I'm going to do spirit-centered readings. So that just means I'm going to go to my spirit meeting place. I'm going to invite one spirit communicator in. I'm going to blend with them and ask them to communicate with me. I'm hoping to give as many readings as possible tonight. I'm sorry if I get a little wrapped up. It's hard for me to kind of disconnect. So that's going to be one of my intention, to give quick readings so I can give readings to as many people as possible. If you can take 80 to 100% of the evidence, please say so in the text for me. I know there's going to be healing for everyone, even if you don't get a direct reading. Anything else that I want to say? I think that's all that I needed to say. Just listen. Don't jump the gun too much. Just listen. I'm gonna try and really get specific information down to make it easier for you to identify your loved one in spirit. So my intention this evening is to give evidence of the survival of consciousness and messages of love and healing to demonstrate that our relationships are eternal. Your loved ones are around you. They're aware of what you're doing. They love you. They miss you too. And they wish to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. So it's that kind of like that heartstring, that heart love that always connects you. So never question that. So I'm just going to say a little prayer to myself. And if you like the rest, as you're just waiting for a moment or two, just take a deep breath. Just kind of inhale, get comfortable in your chair, and then just release it. Release any tension, worries, concerns. Do that about 3 times. Just relax. I'm just going to say my prayer to myself. Okay. So as I move my mind to the spirit world, welcome Sandy, Cheryl. I know I have a mother in spirit, and it's really interesting. She's coming through to acknowledge Thanksgiving. So I know in the United States, Thanksgiving was last week. So she's talking about Thanksgiving, and it's interesting how she comes through. So she's talking, I think I saw it once when I was little in the United States. I don't think they sell it here in Canada, but it's called like marshmallow fluff. So she's saying marshmallow fluff. And then she's showing me a sweet potato pie. So I feel it's a mother. There's some connection to fluff marshmallow topping on like a sweet potato pie. She's talking about Thanksgiving. She's talking about that this was her dish. And she's just saying, you know, she loved to cook. She had signature dishes or her own recipes. And yeah, she's just showing me the gathering. There's a gathering at Thanksgiving, and there's something about this sweet potato pie. Does someone have a connection to sweet potato pie and their mother? Because that's how she came through. Okay, let me see what else I can. I'll just let you that sit with you a bit, because it was really obvious, this sweet potato pie and fluff. She said fluff, like that marshmallow fluff that you put on top. Okay, let me just see what else she wants to talk about. She's just showing me the house. Like she's showing me that she's wearing an apron, a long table. She's going back and forth from the kitchen, bringing dishes. I feel that she may have made, oh, Cheryl was just looking for marshmallow fluff today. I wanted to make her recipe. Okay, Cheryl, that just blows my mind, because she came through with, I'm like, fluff? I'm thinking fluff like lint, and I'm like, then I saw sweet potato pie. So Cheryl, can you take your mother in spirit? You want to make it, yeah, because that's what she said. She said the fluff. She said the recipe. She's showing the cooking. What else is she showing? She's happy that she wants to talk about, she's happy how you're continuing the traditions. That's what she's so happy about. She's so happy. She just keeps saying that. And she's, Cheryl, can you are you hosting the holidays at your home? She just keeps showing me this long table. I don't know if you're thinking of hosting the holidays at your home, or you're going to have a lot of people at your home, because she's just showing me this table with a lot of people. And then she's showing me this dish. I am. Okay, thank you. So she's so, and it's funny, it's more than she's saying, I'm proud of you. So I don't know. I almost feel like you were kind of like, should I do this? It's going to be a lot of work. I hope there's not going to be any issues. And she's saying she's proud of you for taking that step in having like this gathering. I think that's part of her message too. And it's interesting. I just want to go back to this dish. She's showing me like this dish. She's taking it out of the oven, and it almost looks like it's, I can't quite tell what it is. For some reason, I'm getting some connection to stuffing. You know, some people make stuffing in a turkey, but this almost feels like it's stuffing, but you make it in a dish. Because I feel like I'm seeing like cranberries in it, and bread and spices. So there's some kind of dish she makes in the oven. So she just wanted me to say that, because she's bringing this out. She's just showing me different ways she makes it. Oh my goodness. She's showing like making the potatoes, like boiling potatoes. She's showing me a potato masher, and it's like she wants to give you advice. It's almost like, you know, she's saying it's funny. She's like joking with me. She's like divine timing. She's like divine time. But it's all about the timing. You understand that? Like the potatoes and the stuffing and the sweet potato. So she's like, don't fret. She's using the word fret. Don't fret about it. She's saying everything will be okay. It's all about the timing. It's like the timing and the right cooking utensil, if that makes sense. Like the pot has to be big enough for the potatoes. You got to have the potato masher. You got to have your oven mitt. It's funny. She's just telling me, it's almost like, you know, she's just telling you all the tools you need to be the best cook you can be. So it won't be stressful for you at all. Okay. What else does she want to say? It's funny. She's saying, honey, you've got everything that it takes. But this is more than cooking. This is more than cooking. So your mother's just making me feel that you've been reflecting on something or questioning something, maybe a decision or decision you have to make, because she's just coming through with support and saying, like, you've got what it takes to make the decision, whatever you've got to do. I know it's about having this family gathering, and that's awesome, but I just, Cheryl, do you have an issue right now with a family member? I just want to see if I'm on the right track with this. Does that resonate with you? Like maybe somebody that can be a bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit difficult. I almost feel like they could be a little sarcastic, or the way they, yeah, oh yes. Okay, thank you, Cheryl. Who is this? I feel like it's older. I don't know why I want to say aunt or uncle, but I might be off. I might be off on this. I feel older. Flaky. Thank you. That's the word. She was saying something and I couldn't get the word. Yeah. Like they're a little like, what the heck? And you're like, oh Lord. Okay. And there's something about, I don't know if they like a little bit too much wine, or they like to sometimes maybe drink a little bit, and that kind of sets off the motion of things. Because I heard your mom and she used the word vino. So I don't know. Maybe she's saying just like watch the vino or something because it might kind of, because when you drink, she's just saying sometimes you react and see things in a different way, if that makes sense to you, Cheryl. And she's like, you can handle anything. Okay, there. Yeah. So she's just saying, watch that. Watch the vino. She's saying that. And again, she just keeps saying, you can handle anything. You got this, girl. You got this, girl. And she's like, you have a real strength in you. And I feel your mother had that too. It's almost like no shenanigans here. It's like you can get pushed to like a limit, and there's like, that's it. It stops here. No more shenanigans. No more monkey business. So she says, you're going to be okay. And I'm just going to, before I let her go, she's just saying, I'm going to be there. She says, look, I already knew it was happening. So I'm there for sure. And she has a good sense of humor. She's like, it's on my calendar. It's on my calendar. I'm going to be there. And I'm going to help to make sure. She's like, I'm going to inspire you so things go nice and smooth, nice and smooth. She says, because I want this to be a regular thing. And I'll leave you with all her love, Cheryl. Thank you so much. And look at that example of evidence. She came through with fluff. And at first I thought it was lint, but I knew it was something to do with sweet potato pie. So awesome. Thank you. So thank you. Thank you to your mom too. So there, I'm just giving you an example. I talked about faith, surrender. There's an example right there. All right. Let me just... All right, as I move my mind to the spirit world, I have a gentleman in spirit. It's funny. It's like he's showing me... I feel like it's a change purse or a wallet, and he's shaking it, and I hear coins jingling, and it's like he's saying money bags. Money bags. But I think he's being kind of sarcastic. It's like jingle, jingle, and he's like money bags. Money, I don't know why he's okay. All right, let me just... And he's like smiling. Money, money. So there's some connection here to... this gentleman's a loved one, something about, I feel money. I also feel that there's a connection to this gentleman, that this gentleman may have been known as being like a little like stingy, maybe holding back on the money. I actually even feel when this gentleman passed, family members were maybe surprised how much money that he had, like he had in the bank, or he was passed on. Like they were surprised because he's just showing a wallet. He's like this. So there's something about a connection to money and passing money down to the family, and that people were surprised about this. Okay, what else do you want to? Okay, he just keeps showing me this. You can take that. Oh, you can take that, Sammy. Okay, I just want to see who this gentleman is. Wow. I know it's either a father or a grandfather figure. I feel, because they feel like older. Sammy, can you take a father in spirit? A father or a grandfather? If I'm off, that's okay. Tell me. No, you can't. Okay, so I'm off. Okay, let me get more information because I was having trouble with the relation. Like I couldn't figure out what it was. But he just keeps emphasizing the money and shaking the coins, and it's like money bags. And he's been kind of sarcastic about that. Okay, I don't want to keep guessing. I just don't want to keep guessing. I feel this is a love connection for you. Is that correct, Sammy? Like a partner? I don't know why I'm getting a love connection. Yes, I wanted to say your fiance. Is this your fiance? Because something about money. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I know Sammy. She's one of my students. So I was kind of like, I kind of blocked myself for saying fiance in the beginning because I thought, oh, I'm just thinking that because I know she lost her fiance. Okay. Thank you. Because he's determined. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm like, okay, you stay here. And now that I've got that through, I can see now as he's showing himself more, I can see that he's on the younger side. Okay, but the energy was different. It felt like a what is that? There's like can't even put it into words. Okay, what am I? How am I trying to like some kind of like a wisdom? Like I want to say almost like a mentor for you. Do you understand that? Like a bit of like the protector type of feeling. His personality. I can just feel that in his energy around you. Okay. All right, let me just see what else he wants to say. Okay, I'm just going to say this because this is what he said. He's saying to me, I don't know what this is in context to, but he's saying, do you understand that a lot of things were thought out prior? He's saying it like that, Sammy. Does that resonate with you? He's saying some things were thought out prior. It feels like he's saying that things were thought out. Like, I don't know if he followed through with the action, but he thought about some things in his head. Like, I got to make sure this is taking care of this, because he's saying about that. I thought it out. I thought it out. And he wants you to know that. Like, he doesn't want you to think that it was just like, it just kind of, what is it? What is the word I want? Like random or just like poof, whatever. Because there's some kind of thought he's saying. Thought was put into it. So it's really important you know that. And then when he talks about this thought put into it, then I just feel his heart and it's directed to you. He's like, thought was put into it with love. Thought was put into it with love. He just keeps saying that. With love, with love. Okay. And again, when I'm just... okay, and he's just saying, I want you to be taken care of. He keeps saying that. I want you to be taken care of. I want you to be comfortable. He's just saying all these things about safety, foundation. Okay. And he's helping you, he's saying to me, like, I'm helping in the background on the other side. So I feel that he's trying to get like more money to come towards you, like in terms of your career. It's like he's like, I'm working on that. It's almost like I don't know if it's a raise or a promotion. It's like I'm working on that to bring money in your direction, because it's almost like he's saying, honey, he's like, I don't want you to worry about that. I don't want you to worry about that. You've got other things that you're working on. So I don't want money to be an issue for you. It's all about money right now. He's saying, okay, let me just see what else. He's showing me something. I'm not sure what it is. It's almost like, I apologize for that. It almost could be like, I'm seeing something white, and it almost looks like it's a white blanket, or it's like a white dress. So I'm just bringing my attention to this. He wants me to acknowledge this, something white. Okay. And then he's just going on. Okay, thank you, Sam. And I don't know, I feel there's some connection to a wedding. Can you take that? Because he's saying to me like a white wedding. It's a good time for a white wedding. He's saying that, Sammy. Can you take that? Because he's just drawing my mind. It's like white wedding, white. He's just saying white. And then I heard in my head, he said like white wedding. So, I feel that some milestone has just passed or is close. Maybe about thinking like of, some kind of a commitment ceremony or a wedding. I just feel like something important. He's just showing me like around now, something important about that. Okay, let me just see. It's funny. So this is a message he just wants to finish out with. He's saying, remember, no money in the world, no matter how big that stack of money is, can replace the love I have for you. So he's saying like he's talking about his love for you is beyond wealth, beyond money, beyond all those kind of material things. So he just wants you to know that. And he's also saying he just wants you to say hello to his mother, because I feel that you're going to connect with her or visit her during the holidays. So he's just saying, say hello to Mom. I love her. And it's funny, I'm getting a lot of food tonight. And I feel there's going to be a special dish of his or something that's going to be his mom's going to make. And you're going to kind of like, it's almost like you're going to laugh and eat it and almost have teary eyes at the same time. So, yeah, he says it's going to be good. There's going to be good healing when you go and visit my mom. He says it's going to be good, and I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be with, and he's saying like my girls. He's saying that my girls, my girls, my girls. And I'll leave you with all his love, Sammy. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, lovely. Okay. Okay, as I move my mind to the spirit world, immediately I got the name Frank. If someone can take the name Frank, let me just see what else. Frank. And then I'm just, like I have a male. I got Frank, male, hard worker. Very hard worker. And I feel that this gentleman like worked with his hands. I almost want to say like bricklaying, or I just see like hardworking, like outside building things. Okay, what else do you want to tell me about? I got the name Frank, so it could be the loved one in spirit, or it could be someone here they're acknowledging, but I got the name Frank. And I don't know, I can just feel it. Like, I feel like Frank, I can't quite get the culture. I feel Frank spoke another language. I don't know if it was, for some reason, I always get Portuguese and Italian together for some reason, but I'm feeling like hard worker, Frank, possibly Portuguese, Italian culture. It's like he's saying to me, like, I could run with the best of the boys. So I'm not sure what that means. For me, it's almost like a connotation to like other like business owners or whatever, almost like negotiating. How much will this be? How much will that be? And that he could get in there and he could get the best deal, etc. Could be my Italian uncle. Cheryl, oh boy. Okay. did he work? I'm just going to ask, can you take that he worked with his hands? He was a really hard worker. And there's something about he was really good at negotiating. I feel like negotiating prices, almost like prices and timelines. Okay, if you can do this by this much money, blah, blah. I just hear him like negotiating things. Okay. I have to admit, Cheryl, yes, I did feel like an uncle kind of feeling to this gentleman. Okay. I don't know why he wants to talk about a turkey. He's talking about turkey. Yeah, he just keeps showing me. He's very proud of that. Nobody gets anything on me, boy. I can, like he's using all these phrases like, I don't know, I know to shoot with the best of them, like how to negotiate, how to get a good price, how to get what I want, how to, it's like it's almost like he wouldn't buy things off a shelf, like he would negotiate, do you know what I mean? And there's something about building, like building things. I just keep getting building around him. And then, why is he talking about turkey? Oh my goodness. Something about a turkey. Oh, what's this turkey? Okay, I know there's a woman around him because he's making a connection to a woman, and I'm just trying to feel into this woman. Okay, at first I thought it was his mother he was acknowledging, but now I'm thinking it may be his wife. Cheryl, oh, he hunted turkeys. Okay, thank you, because it was just like turkey. I'm not really seeing a like turkey. He just said turkey. Cheryl, can you take that his wife is still here on the earth plane? There's something about a female he wants to acknowledge. Is his wife still here? I'm sorry, so I'm getting myself a little, this is where I'm like, I'm going to the audience member just to clarify, because I'm feeling kind of like, don't know if he's saying she's with him or on the earth plane, because he's just acknowledging a female. He wants to acknowledge, okay, so she is on the side. Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to, okay. And I kind of know that. My mentor would say, you knew that. Why didn't you just say that? So there you go. Okay, so he wants to acknowledge her. So there's a connection between, let's see if I got this right, because he wants me to acknowledge. There's a connection between, I feel, his wife and your mother. Is that correct, Cheryl? Like blood relation? If not blood relation, they had a good relationship, because he's drawing my attention to your aunt and your mother. Yes, thank you. Whew, thank you. Okay, because it's really important. He's just, yeah, he's like, I made you work hard for that, didn't you? And he's like, yeah, you did. So he's like, celebrations, I just want you to know that we're with her. It's really important you know that. He's like, she's not alone. We're here. We're celebrating with her. Oh, isn't that lovely? So they were just stepping in to let you know that they're there. They're with your mom. They're aware of everything that's happening. And they love the holidays. They love get-togethers. And they're just so excited to come through and let you know they're going to be there for the holidays, because that was their thing. And I just, like, I see laughter and fun and jokes and cheers and food, and like, it's an amazing, like, I just remember, my in-laws are on the other side, but I remember those Italian Christmas Eve dinners, and it was lots of laughter and running around, and that's what I just see, celebrations, and they're just sharing all their love for you. Yeah. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so let me just get the whole gang there. I just gotta clear my space there a minute. I had a big party going on there. Okay. Okay. Okay, as I move my mind to the spirit world, I have a female spirit communicator, and it's interesting because the very first thing she showed me was like a frilly dress, black patent shoes, and she was drawing my attention to Shirley Temple. Does someone have a connection to Shirley Temple? I almost feel that she's making this like she's connecting Shirley Temple to her loved one here who's in the audience. Like it's almost like you were like Shirley Temple. Like as a young girl, like the frilly dresses, the black patent shoes, the little ringlets. You took dance lessons. I don't know. I just feel this connection to Shirley Temple. Okay, what else do you want to talk about here? Forgot Shirley. It could even be just the name. She wanted me to say Shirley, but I feel she's showing me like a younger female. What age would that younger female be? Maybe about 8, 11, like in that age range. You can take that, Shannon. Okay. And it's like this young, so like all made up, so beautiful. It's all like she's saying, could be a movie star almost. You know what I mean? Like, is this a memory of you, Shannon? Why do I feel this is a memory of you? Is this a memory of you as a child that she's sharing with me? Can you confirm that's a memory of you as a child? Yes. Okay, thank you. Because when I was just looking at this little child, then all of a sudden it's like it morphed into your face. So I knew it was you. Okay. All right. She's just, oh my goodness. She's just like, what's the word I want to say? It's weird. I have the word infatuated, but I don't think that's the right word. Like, she's just like, I can't even find the right word. She's just over the moon with your looks. Like, she's so beautiful. Look how beautiful she is. She's so beautiful. She could have been a movie star. Look at her beautiful hair. She's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I just keep getting that again, and she just keeps repeating beautiful. And then she's showing me things like ribbons in your hair. And I know I really feel that she enjoyed you're almost like, I don't want to say like a Barbie doll, but almost like dressed up, almost like a little doll. I see that she got a great deal of joy out of that. And again, she's saying like very proud, so beautiful. It's almost like she wants you to be a movie. She keeps saying movie star, movie star. She could have been a movie star. She could have been a movie star. She's so beautiful. Okay. I don't have this relationship yet, do I? Okay. Let me just feel into this. I feel it's either got to be a mom or a grandmom or a grandmother. I'm going to go with mother. Is this your mother on the other side, Shannon? Can you take a mother? Very nurturing, loving, just adores you. It's like when I see her looking at you, it's like you're in a spotlight. Like I see this light all around you. So I'm going to push the envelope a little bit here, but I really do feel like you were, I want to say her favorite. Like you gave her so much. Oh, you think it's your, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I just want to go this dressing up then. Can you take then that your sister would kind of dress you up a little bit like a doll? Can you take that? Because I just see, because I don't know, I'm seeing ribbons. They're like putting you in a spotlight. They just love you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Because yeah, and you know, that would make sense if you're 17 years apart. So you would be like a little doll to her because she's just saying that. Like she adores you. She loves you. She's, I don't want to say you're her little plaything. It's more than that, but she just loves to be around you and all your energy. And okay, let me see what else she wants to say here. It's funny. I keep getting movie star, movie star. So I'm just going to put that out there. I keep getting movie star, movie star. I almost feel that your sister maybe had dreams or aspirations like to be an actress. Can you take that? Or she enjoyed her dancing. Yeah, I know dancing was really important. I just feel like your sister had aspirations to do, I don't know if it's like acting or there's some kind of passion that she had there. And I feel that she might have like encouraged that in others, if you can take that. Would she have encouraged that in you? I don't know what she's trying to say with that. She's showing me like the movie theater. So I don't know if the movie theater was really important to her because she keeps talking about like movie stars, Hollywood. So I don't know if that was one of her favorite pastimes, but she's saying that. So I just wanted to put it out there. Okay. So what is it with this? Let me just see. Why is she coming forward then? I'm getting like Tiger Beat. You know, the like movie star magazines you would look at, you know, you put the posters on the wall, you know, Bobby Sherman, that kind of thing. Okay, okay, thank you very much. Okay, that makes sense because she just kept saying theater. I'm like, what's with the, okay. Yeah, it's funny about the dancing. She's just connecting the dancing to the creativity. And she's saying, you know, she wants you to keep that up. She wants you to dance. I don't know if you do line dancing because she just said to me in my head, say line dancing, like country line dancing. So she wants you to dance, even though it might not be whatever, the official dancing that you learned when you were younger, but like fun adult stuff. From that area, the posters. She's like line dancing. I don't know why she said okay. I don't know why she's showing me it almost looks like a country like a country bar. Is that what you call, you know, with the wooden floors, and I see a whole row of people and they're kind of doing line dancing. So I just wanted to say that because that's what she's showing me right now. It's like, you know, they're wearing the hats like hoopla, hoopla, she's saying, like having fun and relaxing. So she just wants you to continue to do that. So again, she's putting the dance together with the creativity and the movement. It's interesting. She says for you, movement is really important. If you can understand that, it's almost like a movement of your energy, a movement of your thoughts. And then this movement moves forward into action. So she doesn't want, it's funny how she's saying, she doesn't want you to like stagnate. Do you understand this? This is part of her message. Something about being stagnant and not moving forward. So she wants you to, you know, embrace that movement, your love of movement, the love of dancing, the creativity. Keep doing that. That's going to be good for you. The flow of energy, the flow of inspiration. And I feel also you'll be able to connect with her more in that flow too. So she's just saying that. Keep that moving, have that fun. And I'm going to leave you with all her love. Thank you so much, Shannon. Oh, that was cool. Wow. Just loved the dickens out of you. That's the only way I can say it. Loved you. Like you were her own. Oh, wow. I know that a little bit. I'm 13 years older than my youngest sibling, so I always felt she was my baby too, like I was her mom. So, oh, lots of love there. Yeah. She wants you to do some dancing during the holidays too. Sorry, I'm just going to put that out there. Okay. All right. Okay, as I move my mind to the spirit world, I have a female, a woman's coming forward, and I have like the name, I don't know, it's like it sounded like Karen, or it sounded like Carol. So I had a Carol or a Karen name. Okay. And I do feel like this, if I'm just going to say it right now, if no one can take her yet, it feels like a friend energy. So there's definitely a friendship there, because I feel like you're, it's like a contemporary, like someone around your age. Karen, Carol. It's funny, and I just said that friend thing, but at the same time, I have this feeling almost like she has a mother energy around her. Very motherly, very caring. She's saying, I always had a shoulder for you to cry on, that kind of thing. Someone you can count on, reliable. You know, would always pick up the phone. It could be Kelly. It was like, let me just get a little bit more information, Sammy. I feel that this woman, because she's showing me like a, what do you call it? Like, almost like kind of like a turban, wearing, like covering her head. So I feel that her passing may have been connected. I feel like possibly cancer. For some reason, I want to say like it's connected to the brain in some way. I almost, just when I feel into this, I almost think like a tumor. So I just wanted to share that. I have like a connection to like the hospital. You know how you'd wear a flower kind of to keep your head warm? That's how she's showing herself. And she's showing herself, she looks, if this is okay with everybody, I'm just, because she's showing this, she just looks very pale. It's almost like she has like her eyes are more sunken, like dark under, And it's almost like she had some kind of like, almost like exploratory surgery. Like trying to figure out like, what can we do next? What can we do next? My mom had cancer, it was on. Okay, Desi. Okay, thank you. Cancer. Okay, thank you. Can you take, Desi, that there was some kind of like exploratory things going? She's just saying something like medical, like interventions, exploring what can we do next. She's just talking about that certain things would happen. Does that make sense? Okay, let me see what else when I'm waiting for Desi. Because it's like she's just talking about medical things being done. Like do this, do that, maybe we can do this, and like exploring, and not sure if this is going to work. So she's saying that a lot of, to remove a tumor. Okay, thank you. So there, thank you. Okay, so I got the tumor, but okay, thank you. She's just, I'm just asking her about those times. She's just saying like, not the easiest of times. She's saying it like that. Not the simplest of times. And some kind of frustration. I don't know, with the medical assistants, or like, it's almost like, oh, another appointment. I gotta wait. I gotta do this. Like just this frustration of kind of like, making appointments, waiting, when are they taking me? I just hear some kind of like frustrations about things in kind of the medical kind of setting. She's just saying something about frustrations. I feel like waiting, appointments. I don't know. She just keeps showing me that. Oh, Trisha does too. Okay, let me just see what else I can get here. I'm just trying to feel into, okay, she's, okay, can either of you take, because I'm just trying to figure out where, like, she passed. So it's almost like she's talking about these procedures, frustrations, blah, blah, blah. And then I feel at one time, whatever the surgery was done or whatever needed to be done, I feel then that she was, it almost feels like she was released from the hospital. She went home for a while. And then when, you know, things progressed and things got worse, I felt she left the home and she either came back to the hospital or she went to hospice. So I just feel like leaving the hospital, going home, and then leaving the home again. She struggled a lot. She has a sister named, oh, okay, Desi. Okay, wow. Okay, thank you, Desi. Yeah. She has a sister. Okay, yeah, for sure. Because she just gets so frustrated. I just keep getting this frustration when I'm asking her about that. Let me just see. And it could be a message for both of you that they're coming together. Yes, because I did say the name Carol. Yes, Desi. I said Karen and I said Carol. Okay. Okay, so she's talking about that. Can you take that she was in and out? She was in a hospice at home. Okay. Because she's just saying, you know, then I was here, then I was there, and then I was there. And it's like, never that sense. It's almost like she's saying, like, I was just trying to find that sense of peace and comfort. And it's so hard to find that with all these things like pricking and prodding and touching. And she says, ugh. So she's just bringing that up. Okay. All right, she just wanted to talk about that because I feel that would be a way that you would recognize her and that experience for her. So, okay, let me just see. And then she's just bringing through like kind of a bit more of a gentleness. And this gentleness is in terms of, in terms of you, Desi. So it's almost like a softness now, like she softens. Like I feel like a quietness now when she's at home and with the hospice. So she's saying that, you know, that this hospice gave her what she was searching for. Do you understand that? That sense of peace, comfort, and she talks about warmth a lot. It was important for her to be warm. So I feel she was cold a lot or chilly a lot or just couldn't get enough warmth on her body. So she felt that this hospice experience, and I feel that I feel that she talked about that with family members. I feel, Desi, that you are aware of this hospice decision. Because I feel a male. I feel a male there too, like there's a conversation about this. And she's just saying it was the right choice. And it's like, thank you, like, God bless you. She's saying it was just like such a relief, such a, it's like such a relief. She's saying because in a sense, and you can confirm this for me, Desi, she's saying that the hospice situation in some way released some of the burden from the family. Do you understand that? It's almost like because there was a protocol in place and people knew what to follow and there was a sense of kind of calm with everyone. Does that make sense, Desi? Because she's talking about that. This sense of calm. It's almost like everybody kind of knew the protocol and they knew what to follow and what to expect. And it just made it, she's saying my transition easier for me and easier for family members. So she's saying what a blessing that was. And it's interesting. So she's talking about a donation to the hospice. So I feel if a donation wasn't made by the family to the hospice, I feel perhaps it's being considered for the, what's the word? She's using like the tender, loving care that she received. She's saying it was like that. I helped her get her meds. We all knew. Yeah, absolutely. And she keeps saying that was a blessing. That was a blessing for everybody, for everybody. And she knew exactly what was going on too. Yeah, she knew exactly. And oh, so beautiful. Because she keeps saying that, like the nurturing, the comfort, everything. Like, and it's funny because she even uses the word beautiful, like to make it like a beautiful, smooth, transformation. You other to the other side. She's saying like, she's like just like a release. It's almost like she's giving me the feeling like, you know what? Yeah, this is going to sound odd, but this is what I feel like when you're in a swimming pool and you're just floating on your back. You know that feeling where it's like, oh, and you feel a connection to all things, and you feel this sense of balance and alignment. And she's just giving me all those feelings when she transitions. So being at home and with the hospice and the family, she said she was given that gift. So again, she's saying, thank you for that gift. She's calling it a gift. So it's so important that you know that. And she's just saying like, I love you, sweetie, I love you, honey. She keeps saying it like that. And she goes, I know. It's like she wants to stay really positive. She's saying, I know how difficult that was. And she's like, God bless you, because she said, remember, you did this from your heart. You understand? You did this from a place of love. So don't think of it as like, don't think like, oh, it was a nightmare, the worst thing ever or whatever. Think of it as a peaceful, loving, she's almost saying like a send-off. Do you understand? Like a celebration, she's saying. Think of it as a peaceful, loving celebration of my life and a send-off to the spirit world. What else could I have asked for? What else could I have asked for? Oh, yeah. So she's just, okay. I understand. Okay, so what she's just giving you, her gift to you, the message to you is about just that little tweak in perspective. You understand? Loving celebration, right? And she said, I just couldn't have asked for anything more. I could not have. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And she's just saying, I love you. She's saying, I look out for everyone in the family. She's very aware of what's happening. Desi, do you have a child? She's just identifying, I feel like as a younger child. I just feel there's a younger child somewhere, maybe connected to you, Desi, or in the family. She's just you have 4, okay. She's acknowledging the younger children. And she's saying, you're such a good mom. You're such a good mom. She just keeps repeating that to me. I'm trying to get the love I'm feeling, the emotion through with those words. You're such a good mom. And she's just saying, you have such a gentle heart. You're so good with those kids. She says, you're so good with these kids. And she goes, I know because I watch you. I can see from the other side. So, I mean, she's showing me things like, I don't know, like they're misbehaving or they did something. And like, you'll take the time, you'll stop, you'll have the conversation with them. Do you know what I mean? So they understand a kind of like, oh, this happened and I have other choices. And she's saying, you're doing it all right. Like you're making them into, how's she saying it? Very good. I don't know if the word citizens, but like very loving and kind adults. She's saying it just like that. She's saying, you got this. You got this. She's laughing. She's like, you don't even need my help from the other side. You're doing such a good job. But she's like, I'm there. You can count on me. I'm there. So she's just so proud of you. And she just wants you to know that. And she's smiling. She's just saying, so I guess I did a good job. I guess I did a good job because look at my beautiful daughter and how well she is doing. I am just so proud. I'm so proud of she calls them her babies, she's like, I'm so proud of my babies. And she's just saying, they're going to do fantastic things. They got their whole life ahead of them. It's so exciting. I get to watch it and I get to see things I wouldn't have been able to see if I was on the earth plane. Now I can see everything because I'm in spirit. And she's also just saying, she's talking about bedtime. She's like, I like to peek in and see them at bedtime. So it's like she's giving them a little kiss goodnight. So, I don't know if the older one, your older child, like talks about her or is aware of her. I just feel that there's a child that's kind of like aware of her presence or talks about her or misses her because she's just smiling and acknowledging one of them with lots of love. So there's some kind of connection there between the two of them. So I just wanted to share that. Oh, so lots of love to you, Desi. And I'm so pleased that we could bring your mother through for you during the holidays and just give you, that peace of mind and let you know that she felt everything you did and the family did for her was a gift and there was no more she could have asked for. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, she loved her, absolutely. So she's very aware of that and she's around her too because she kept saying there's one of them. Sorry, I was going to say goodbye to her, but she's just continuing. I feel like you have something of hers. Do you, Desi? Do you have a necklace or did she give this? It's almost like she wants this, your one daughter to like have a necklace or something of hers. It's almost like she's saying like, give her the necklace, let her wear it or let her have it. Like it'll comfort her. So I'm just going to leave you with that. When you just said that how much she misses her, it's almost like she was showing me something. Like it felt like a necklace or something of hers. And so like even if you just give it to her, like for, we'll put grandma's necklace here right beside the bed or whatever for sweet dreams, or you have free will, of course, but it's something like that she's sharing with me. Something of hers that she could see or hold on to, or there's something she's acknowledging. Okay, so you decide, yeah, okay. So there's something that your mom, I don't know, I felt it was like a necklace it felt like, a scarf, something that you think would be appropriate for a child. Or maybe even, say, one day this is going to be yours or something like that. So your mom just mentioned that she wants to make sure that she gets something special because it's going to help to comfort her. And I'm going to leave you with all her love. Oh, that was so awesome. Thank you so much for that. And it's 8:32 and I'm getting a little tired now. So thank you everybody for the privilege of connecting with your loved ones in spirit this evening. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me. Just a reminder, December 31st, I'll be doing an all message service with some other mediums at the Church of Universal Love. There should be an online link. I'm going to be a guest speaker and a demonstrating medium on January the 28th at the same church. And on February the 10th, I'm doing an in-person workshop, which I'm so excited at the church. This church is in North York, so it is in Ontario, Canada. So, but there should be some online links. So look for that. I'll post it on my website soon. I am going to be continuing my mediumship development for beginners and advanced in the new year in January. Look for that. If you're interested in mentoring or if you want to have like a 15-minute conversation with me, my email's wendy.d'angelo@gmail.com and we can just chat. You can tell me what your needs are and we'll see if I'm the right medium for you or mentor. And if not, if I can connect you with someone that I know, I would be very happy to do that because I know how important it is to find someone to help you along your journey. And I don't want you to have to wait 10 years like I did. And just in closing, please remember to keep your heart brave and your imagination wild because anything is possible. So lots of love to everybody, and I'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.